What's up, everybody? I am your bearded nootropics information divulger, Ryan Michael Bell. Thanks so much for being with me. If you are new to the channel, check us out on the web at livecortex.com, at livecortex.com/blog. Biggest blog in the world for nootropics, just nootropic information city over there. A lot of podcasts there. We just did 51 on the Cortex Labs Nootropics podcast. That is on iTunes. You can subscribe to it on your iPhone, iPad, Kindle, or whatever. You can subscribe to and then listen to Apple to iTunes podcasts on. And then also all the episodes are laid out on livecortex.com/blog. We've got 6 major products. Let me just pitch to you real quick. Fast forward a minute and a half. You don't want to listen to this, but specials for the holiday season are still going on. Number one, we have our own stack. It's called Cortex Premade Stack, Powerful Premade Stack. Basically, you want to take 2 capsules and turn on brain function and look like me. Verbal fluency that's like indistinguishable from somebody's brain who works absolutely perfectly, then get a bottle of the Cortex Stack. It's verbal fluency, mental energy, speed of processing, motivation. We work on dopamine receptors, acetylcholine, neurite outgrowth, and a few other very interesting things. Basically, I figured out that you can create kind of like a natural version of modafinil with a pre-made stack. We put it out in a stack called Cortex. Coupon code 27 takes it down to $27. Normally it's $34.99. Link is in the description below to buy it. We've got 4 or 5 digital guides. The Noopept Pro Stack List, giant stack of Noopept stacks, the Racetam God Guide. These are surgical focus Racetam stacks, lots of focus stacks, lots of mental energy stacks, mostly focused on working memory. We've got 100 stacks compiled in a digital guide called the Nootropic Stacks for the Business Professional. They're all for business productivity. And then we've got a digital guide called Smarter, Better, Faster, which is, look, if you're new to nootropics and you want to learn everything and read a guide that teaches you how to start and what to take, get Smarter, Better, Faster. And then if you really want to just get surgical and get with Aniracetam and just get specific with Aniracetam, the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam is where you should go. These are all digital, downloadable, teach you everything, have many stacks. Okay, so and by the way, coupon code 27 applies to all that stuff at livecortex.com. Sale until the 1st of January 2018. Okay, so get it at livecortex.com, coupon code 27. All right, so, the question is, the topic of the, did I didn't read the question yet? The topic of the talk is, have you had any nootropics that are close to being like a limitless pill? This comes from the Nootropics subreddit, which is a place where folks talk about nootropics. And all hyperbole aside, there are stacks that you can take that induce that state. But a quick primer on that state in the limitless pill for folks that don't know. The limitless pill refers to a rogue pharmaceutical compound that takes place in a movie. It's a fictional movie where basically like a broken down author runs into an in-law that used to sell drugs, and that in-law is not selling street drugs anymore. He's selling like, off-label or like FDA rejected pharmaceutical compounds. And one of them is a brain performance enhancing compound. So he takes it, this broken down author, because he gets it from his in-law who says, you want to try it? He like gives it to him. And basically he goes through this process of his brain turning on. The cameras change, everything pans, the camera lights up, his eyes get real clear. And he starts doing crazy shit, like starts remembering like the chapters of books that he read 12 years ago and reciting them to people in front of them. And his brain seems to work 50% or so better than the average smart person. I mean, it's incredible. He runs into some side effects, but basically he's got an exceptionally powerful brain, and he never was like that prior. He's a broken down author. Now he's finishing his book. It's like limitless pill, right? Okay, so that's what it is. That's a movie with Bradley Cooper. It's called Limitless. It's pretty good. It's based on nootropics, but they make them look so bad because the side effects are terrible. You would never run into side effects like that with nootropics. That's the primer. Coffee break. Okay, so the question is, on the nootropic subreddit, have you had any nootropics that are close to the limitless pill? People go on to say, personally, modafinil with caffeine. Basically, a lot of folks saying modafinil, caffeine, theanine, which is right up the alley of what I would suggest as a basic strategy too. There's one particular protocol we break down in Smarter, Better, Faster. That is a modafinil, caffeine, theanine protocol. So you should get that guide to get access to that stack because it is like a limitless like stack. But I'm going to pull from Smarter, Better, Faster, our digital nootropic guide, as well as the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam, which has a bunch of advanced Aniracetam stacks. 2 of my favorite limitless like stacks to take. Number one, this is a stack that's actually called the TAU Limitless stack. TAU stands for triacetyluridine, which is a a little more bioavailable source of uridine monophosphate. It goes into the brain, crosses into the blood-brain barrier, improves this thing called neurite outgrowth, upregulates neurogenesis in conjunction with B vitamins and choline, and does a whole number of interesting other stuff, like repairing dopamine receptors and sensitizing them to the signal of dopamine. But the Tau Limitless stack, here it goes. 50 milligrams triacetyluridine, 500 milligrams Aniracetam, 75 milligrams CDP choline, 350 milligrams Alcar, 100 milligrams caffeine, and 300 milligrams L-theanine. The thing that I found in the formulation of the Cortex stack is that the uridines and the triacetyluridines of the world, they're two very similar compounds. Stack extremely well with racetams, but if you could get a racetam in there and a choline source right around between 75 and 100 milligrams, and preferably CDP choline based on its work on dopamine, and you could bring Alcar, caffeine, theanine in, which separately stacks very well together, you could reach a substantially, profoundly good that was like superlative, substantially, profoundly effective brain state, and so that's the stack. It's powerful. You would take it, and 20 minutes later, you would probably email me and go, dude, where has this been all my life? Okay, so that's number one. Here's the second stack. This comes from and by the way, that first stack, the Tau Limitless stack, comes from Smarter, Better, Faster. That's, again, our sort of tell-all. That's the modern nootropics digital guide that teaches you everything. There was one in the 1990s, I think, and it was called Smart Drugs and Nutrients. I wrote an updated one with all the modern smart drugs, and it is called Smarter, Better, Faster. But we've got specialty guides too that get really deep and get very complex, and one of them is the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam, and that has a bunch of stacks in it. So here's a second limitless-like stack, in my opinion, that seems to work well with the folks that we consult with. That is just it's just dosed out very particularly to work really well from the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam. Here it is. It's 300 milligrams Aniracetam, 20 milligrams Coliracetam, ooh, curveball, 10 milligrams Noopept, 100 milligrams theacrine, 500 milligrams choline bitartrate, and 100 milligrams of centrophenoxine, okay? That stack I take when I want to zone in for a long time, 5-6 hours, and I want to have just like excellent brain function for that entire time. And I just literally want to feel limitless. I want to get stuff done. My brain needs to work well, etc. It's verbal fluency, mental energy, speed of processing, motivation, focus. It's the whole thing, the whole spectrum. Same with the Tau Limitless stack. I mean, these are stacks that work on every imaginable system in the brain. They've taken me a long time to distill. They work really well for me. You might want to fuss with the doses if these doses aren't quite perfect for you, but I have a feeling for a lot of folks they are, because that's what we try to do with all of our stacks that we suggest and all the stacks that I've come to learn over time. There's a balanced way to take nootropics. There's a way to take nootropics that, believe it or not, is pretty applicable to lots of folks. And so that's it. Those are my two stacks that are as close to limitless pill as possible. If you are interested in getting those guides, the Smarter, Better, Faster guide right now is normally $25. Coupon code 27 takes it down to 17 something. That is pretty good. Same with the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam, which is normally $19.99, and then you're looking at taking it to $11 with the 27 coupon code discount. Okay, so get this stuff at livecortex.com. Those are hard to say they're my favorite stacks, but they are two of the most powerful stacks there are. Hope you've got some value from this. Now I will sit here with my beard and I will drink my coffee. What's up, everybody? Ryan Michael Balla here. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Look, we've got, as it stands, 5 primary products that I want to just explain to you. You heard us mention them during the video, so I'm going to break them down. Number 1, from left to right, the Cortex Nootropic stack. This is a cognitive enhancement stack that you really want to take to turn the lights on. Just to give you an idea, hardcore business folks that require 18 to 20 hours of brain function, take the Cortex stack. That's what we initially designed it for, but then like everybody in the nootropic sphere loved it. Verbal fluency, speed of processing, motivation, drive to want to work. That's what the Cortex stack does. Moving right along, the Aniracetam guide there, that is called the Beginner's Guide to Aniracetam, breaks down 25 powerful Aniracetam stacks, shows you how to use Aniracetam. It's essentially the everything guide to Aniracetam. Long demanded, folks asked us for it, we delivered. It is fully digital, lots of powerful stacks. And then there's the Nootropic stack for the business professional. That's basically 100, right around 100 powerful uridine, modafinil, theacrine, aniracetam, oxiracetam, phenylpiracetam, alcar stacks for business situations, for the type of brain states that business folks need for sustained performance. Next is the Racetam God Guide. That is a high-level every Racetam guide, digital guide. We've got all the major Racetams with accompanying focus stacks and memory stacks and speed of processing stacks. In that Racetam. There's 8 major nootropic Racetams, and that guide explains all of them and accompanying stacks. Then there's the Noopept Pro Stack List. The Noopept Pro Stack List is a digital guide that explains oral, so just taking it by mouth, sublingual, taking it under the tongue, and then intranasal, spraying Noopept nasal spray in your nose, stacks. It's just a bunch of stacks, a giant stack list of Noopept stacks that are highly effective, pro-level, specific brain state inducing type of Noopept stacks. That thing has been a hit out there with the market. And then last, there's Smarter, Better, Faster. Smarter, Better, Faster is the all-around, everything nootropics digital guide. If you just want to learn everything, many racetams, modafinil, etc., get Smarter, Better, Faster. It's like the guide you need to know if you're new to nootropics to learn basically everything and to walk away knowing what you need to know on nootropics. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. Get this stuff at livecortex.com and rock on.